it's Cassie and welcome to This Budget Life. Today I'm bringing you the refilmed version of my November budget recap. If you were following along with my cash stuffing, my latest cash stuffing, I was fighting a cold, and the first go around of me filming this video, I was coughing through the whole thing. There was no way you could have understood me. So feeling a lot better today, you can hear it in my voice. And let's take a look at my November numbers. Let's take a look at where I spent a lot of money. And this is gonna kind of be like me coming clean about what I was doing before I started cash budgeting. So let's take a look at my November budget recap. Now, you all know that I use the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom, so that's where we're gonna flip to the back. And I did want to show you that I utilize, let's get you all squared up here. I utilize the expense tracker sheets, and I do utilize the highlighter method that Miko talks about in her videos. But basically what these are my different categories of spending, and each different category has a different highlighter attached to it. So that way I can easily see what are my trends. You can see there's a lot of orange spending, and orange spending is food. So I use these sheets throughout the whole month and track my spending. That was all through my checking account and all the purchases I made with my card. And this one lonely page was my cash page. So that just goes to show how much I was swiping my card before I started really buckling down, tracking my expenses. Well, I was always tracking my expenses, but really buckling down and utilizing the cash envelope method. Let's flip to the very back. Right here. This is the November monthly budget category breakdown and the Where Did My Money Go worksheet in this book. This worksheet, I feel like there's some pros and cons to this worksheet. It's completely eye-opening. It's a very eye-opening exercise, and prior to me starting this channel, I was only doing this worksheet on and off every couple of months. I never did it that consistently. And one of my personal goals for myself for this upcoming year is to do this Where Did My Money Go worksheet every single month and come and bring you my budget recap, so that way I can see how I'm doing. Is my money going where I think it's going? Is my money going to the places that I want it to go? And so on and so forth. So at the top of this worksheet, now this is where I have issues with this worksheet, and I think in the 2022 version of this workbook, there were some improvements made to this particular part up here, and that is my total monthly income. The reason why I don't particularly like this is that it doesn't take into account all the different sources that your income could come from, and it just says incoming income. So at the top of the sheet, it's not incredibly specific, and I feel like it's a total lie. But it says that my starting balance was $2,424.74. That was most likely rollover from my November or October paycheck because I get paid monthly. And then this is where the lie is. It says incoming income, $11,226.22, making my total monthly income $13,650.96. But this is not incredibly accurate, because yes, did I have an inflow of money into my checking account? I did. But the way that you would add all these categories up and add up all your income, it just says income. But my salary is not that, that's for sure. The other sources of income came from savings, and I sold a few items to bring in more income so I could spend some money. I have a love affair of small leather goods, and I sold some just so I could buy some more. So that doesn't really reflect what my income is. Now, I think for the 2022 version, she does split this income portion up into like other sources. So I feel like that's a little bit better. But counting money that I had transferred over from my savings account, to me, it just doesn't seem all that accurate. But anyways, that's what the number is. I just want to say that that is not what my income is with my salary. So let's look at what I spent it on. This is like the total eye-opening portion, and this just is going to demonstrate like how I feel out of control I was before I started using cash envelopes. So my first category is food. And over here, it says I spent $1,283.15 on food. I wish I could say that was an exaggeration. Now, do I feel like I need to refine my categories? Yes. But I don't believe it was that far off. My dog just poked her head in and she's wondering who I'm talking to. Hi, silly girl. Confession time. I spend a lot of money on Uber Eats. Uber Eats, Favor, Grubhub, whatever they're all called. I was never that person until the pandemic rolled around. And then when the pandemic rolled around, everything was closed. So it was just so much more convenient to get everything delivered straight to me. The other thing was, what else happened? Oh, duh, I had a baby. So what I was doing for a long time was getting my groceries, again, delivered straight to me. Because I was like, I have a newborn, I don't want to leave the house, I can't leave the house, etc., etc., etc. So I would have groceries delivered to me. So I was overpaying in food for a very long time because A, of bad spending habits, and B, costly delivery fees. Like, it's insane how much more I would have to pay so that I could get something delivered to me. The other thing with this monthly spending amount is I went to Costco, so I spent about almost $400 at Costco, but still 800 of that wasn't Costco. And now the thing is, I was, for the longest time, including my son's formula in this cost. I was including, this was just like basically whatever I was spending at the grocery store. So I don't think this is like a true accurate representation moving forward. I think it's going to be a little bit better because I've finally set aside a specific household envelope, and I'm specifically pulling things out of my son's envelope to purchase things for him. So it's not going to be included in the food cost. So I'll be really interested to see how this improves. Like, this I know is like the reason why I'm spending so much time talking about this. I know this is a huge problem spending area for me. And if I could cut this down, that would be like one of the best goals of my life. What was another big spending area? My son, that's not a surprise because I do include his daycare cost into that category. So at least $1,200 of that is the daycare cost. So that means I'm spending $400 on other stuff for him. I wish I could say that felt like an exaggeration too, but prior to switching to cash envelopes, if I saw something on Amazon that I really wanted for him, I would just buy it. It was just so easy. Now, fun money, this is the interesting thing. Yes, I can have a lot of fun. I spent $1,097.88. I kind of want to tweak my fun category and call it more personal spending because I'm including like a gym membership in here. I'm not including haircuts or anything like that. That goes in grooming. But no, this sounds pretty accurate. Now, the non-accurate thing about this is this $1,000 that it shows that I spent, some of this income was money that I saved specifically for fun spending. I sold an item so that way I could buy more items. This I know is a huge problem spending area for me. Looks like I spent 8% of my income on fun stuff. A lot of it was planner stuff, not gonna lie. And then like leather traveler's notebooks and stuff. Anyways, if you like planners, you can understand the addiction and potentially the problem there. But I do want to cut down on food and fun while still having food and fun, but not spending nearly this much. Grooming was kind of an abnormal amount that I spent because I went and got my hair dyed. This is the first time that I've dyed my hair in like 2 or 3 years. It's been a long time. So this cost was something that you saw me budget for and kind of and ah if I was going to do that. But grooming normally isn't $476. My husband's haircuts cost $40. I get a haircut, every 10 weeks. My nails every once in a while. Waxing I do get done every month. So it's normally not this high, but a lot of that went to, I did get a haircut and a hair color in the same month. Now, one area that I'm really proud of for myself is my savings amount. I saved $962.10, or 7% of my income. This is definitely an area that I really want to grow in, which is why the cash envelope system is so appealing to me, because then I can steadily stash stuff away. Starbucks break. Put that right there. Yeah, I spent 7% of my income towards savings. I'd really like to improve on that. Utilities was my number one spending area, but I include my rent in utilities. It's kind of I don't really know where to put rent except for utilities. So that's why it's my number one spending category at $2,327.32. Even though I spent a lot of money on food, I am proud of the fact that I'm still keeping up with my debt payments. So I categorized what were my top spending areas. It was housing, my son, and then food and debt. So at least debt is still a priority of mine. And then insurance, medical, and holiday. Normally my medical costs aren't that high. $30 was an office copay, and I do take prescription medication for depression. Like I said, I'm going to normalize mental health on this channel, so that's something that I do take for myself. So my medical costs normally aren't that high. However, I'm starting to think about having a specific medical envelope for these kinds of office copays. I made a mistake when it was my annual enrollment time, and I forgot to re-sign up for my health savings account. I had a health savings account last year, and I just completely let it slip. Otherwise, normally my health savings account would have taken care of the office copay. So you live and you learn, and I won't forget to do that next year. And then I didn't actually spend anything for the holiday, although technically it could have been counted in food because I got a few things for Thanksgiving. My total monthly spending was $9,711.73. Yeah, wow. Before I flip, now I do want to next month really utilize the whole worksheet. So you saw I didn't really put anything down for monthly budget because I wasn't tracking cash envelopes for the whole month. This is such an interesting time to do a budget recap because I was really only doing actual budgeting and cash envelope stuffing for the second half of the month. The first half of the month, I was still wildly spending with my card. I will be really interested to see how these numbers may change, or maybe they don't, for December. Because I'll actually have something in my budget category. I'll be able to see if I was over or under my budget in any of these categories. So that's something that I'm very excited to be able to track. Okay, let's move to this sheet. The Where Did My Money Go worksheet, the monthly debt and savings breakdown. So I didn't really know what my savings categories were. And then I realized I can put sinking funds, savings challenges, etc. I can use those as my savings categories. So now I know what I want to do. But when I was filling out this worksheet, at the end of November, I wasn't completely sure how to do this worksheet because I had never taken the time to look at it that closely. But I just know that I spent 7% of my total income on savings. My debt category, my car loan is less than my credit, and I will be done with one of my car loans in April. So I'm really excited for that moment in time. So as for now, it does look like I pay more of my debt payments toward credit cards than I do my car loans, which does feel good because I do want to be making progress. I will say, once I finally am able to get started on this debt snowball that I really want to do, I really hope to see that number grow. And I hope that if you're following along with my journey, that you'll also, be able to see that as well. And then this last worksheet, I didn't fill out because I didn't even take a look at my budget categories in October. So the monthly spending comparison, this is going to be a very interesting look for me once I am able to track all of December and take a look at all of my December numbers, and then we can see if I was up or down in any of the categories that I'm hoping to go down in, right? So the first thing is I want to reduce my food spending. I want to reduce my fun spending. I'm not doing so great on that because it's Christmas and the in-laws are coming and then my birthday's in January, and I can justify just about any reason to go get some more stuff that I like. Yeah, we'll see how that goes for December. But hopefully the savings and the debt payments will be starting to go up soon as well. Yeah, this one is much more of a straightforward video, just like me reviewing my numbers with y'all and seeing how I'm doing. So let's close this out. I hope for those of you who like this kind of thing that this was interesting to you. I'm someone who totally loves these kinds of stats. I'm the kind of person that has a spreadsheet for all of the books I read in a year. And I track everything. I track the numbers of pages I read per month. I track the authors, whether they're male, female, persons of color. Like, I do a whole breakdown of just my reading for the year. So this kind of stuff does really intrigue me because this is the kind of work that I feel like I have to put in to be able to make improvements of where I feel like my out of control spending is. So if this is interesting to you, thank you so much. I do plan on doing these every single month, and I hope that you'll follow along. Once again, I hope that you'll like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps my channel to grow. I'm a brand new channel, and I really am having so much fun being a part of this budgeting community. And yeah, I have no real good sign off. So with that said, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in the next video. Bye.